Well, I'm playing with this piece of you-know-what again. I managed to get myself a couple of ceramic cartridges with a slightly different cantilever design. If I just pull the cap off. You can see that it's a proper cantilever. It's a metal one with a little rubber doohickey which it sticks into. It's a sapphire stylus, so it's not going to be expensive, but for this thing it's like, who really cares? It's a ceramic cartridge, obviously, and a fellow on YouTube called V Westlife, he did a video on the world's cheapest ceramic cartridge or something like that. I'll stick a link up there. And, well, I've got him beaten because he paid $2 for his cartridges and I paid the equivalent of about $1.30 for each of these. So, yeah, I sent the seller an offer of like £1 a piece, and they accepted, and so these two cost me £2. And of course I've got to fit it onto here. But first I'm going to take one of them apart. Now I've already had this one apart, so I've marked it with X's to say not to use it. So it comes with this little sleevey thing, which doesn't really matter. The stylus comes off relatively easily, just unclips, and like I say, it comes with get in the cam shot. Comes with a proper cantilever style, so should be better than that plastic thing that's on the Neostar at the moment. There's not really much to this. I mean, inside there's a couple of pieces of ceramic stuff, and really there's not a whole lot to it. So I'll just grab a screwdriver. So I'll just try and get it in there. That's what she said. And it just unclips just like that. I could have just stuck it in there, couldn't I? So yeah, inside there's just like two pieces of ceramic material, which are what basically converts the wobbling of the stylus into sounds, which then go out through these terminals into the turntable. So, I mean, yeah, that's a bit boring, frankly, because there's not a lot to talk about in there, but I'll just try and remove that. So, yeah, just a couple of pieces of ceramic material. Now, of course, given that I've taken this apart, I've probably just knackered it up, so this one isn't going to get used anyway, so. Right, enough talking about that. I'm going to see if I can attach it to the Neostar now. So one thing that really bugs me about this Neostar is this. It looks like a proper head shell, and technically it is a proper head shell, but unlike a decent turntable, you can't actually detach it because it's permanently wired in. The wires just pass through the back instead of go to a plug or socket or connector or whatever. Anyway, I've got to take this stylus off. I'm not really going to need it, but like I say, compare them two together. Cheap plastic piece of poo and a cheap plastic piece of poo with metal bit. Technical, I know. And all I have to do now is actually remember where I put my screwdriver and just shove it in there. That unclips, and this one should clip on in theory. Oh, I'm going to take that off either. So it's basically I've got to snap that clip in down there without damaging anything. Not that it really matters, because I'm not exactly going to be using this for anything worthwhile. There we go, bit of brute force. So stick that back on there. Will this go on? I don't think so. Oh no, it does. Sweet. Right, so next I need to do is connect up the wires appropriately. Now, as for aligning these, yeah, it's very difficult because the position of the spindle versus the position of that, I can't remember the name of it, it's not quite in the right position to print off a decent protractor. So if I have the cartridge set to about here, I know it's not accurate, and the protractor says to set it to about here, then the setting that's here will have the cartridge like over here. So it's impossible to set. So I'd previously set the old one up as just, you know, the needle being in line with, you know, the centre of the thing as it went around, so I don't know if that's an approved method, but like I say, who cares? This is a ceramic cartridge turntable. Anyway, I'm going to need a record to put on this, so I'm going to go grab one of my less good condition ones, so back shortly. Right, it's time to plug this piece of poo in. It's going to go straight to the FM radio, which is going to be... So, what quality albums am I going to listen to? Well, not necessarily an album, but a bit of cheese. Yeah. This was done by the firm who did Star Trek in, so... I'm probably only going to do a very short section of it for the video. So it's on 45, and I need to pull off that protector. So, want to see how it plays? Oh yeah. Oh. Get on there.
Off a tiny little dodgy baby, but underneath, he's alright.
I can certainly say that was flat as a pancake. But then again, I wasn't expecting much from it. Also, the stereo separation doesn't sound quite right. Sounds like the right side's a bit missing, shall we say. So, I don't know, it could be the alignment of the head, the cartridge even. Oop, hang on. But anyway, next one. This is my spare copy because this has something up with it, it just doesn't sound right. So, what's that, 33? So I'm not too bothered about this one if it gets damaged or not. The other one's in much better condition. And yeah, I've got a few fingerprints all over it, so I haven't bothered cleaning it. Right, so let's see if I can get this on the right track. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, that cartridge seems to have completely and utterly steamrollered that track. That was flat. Good God. Just for the hell of it, I actually have the same album digitised, which is actually off another person's vinyl album. So I thought, what does it sound like from this played through that? So, here we go. No contest. And just for the hell of it, I'm going to put the original one back in. Right, so that's the original cartridge back on. Let's fire this up again. Phone up. Let's see how bad it sounds. Nah. Right off the bat I can say that cartridge is worse than one of these. So, in conclusion, can you upgrade one of these things with a new cartridge? Yes and no. Yes, you can upgrade it, but it's a no on the quality factor because it's going to sound just as crap as it did before. So, if you want to listen to, records which you've got that are, rare and not available anymore, or you can't find them as a digital format, get a proper turntable. These ones are junk, honestly. See, I don't mind playing this record on here, but if I played my other copy, I would be, pretty wary of that because, well, my other copy doesn't have any scratches or fingerprints all over it. See if I can find that scratch. But you can see just like around about there, that's where I managed to slip with the tone arm from my other turntable and put a nice scratch in it. Yeah, that was my fault, so this is my spare copy, but that said, this one doesn't sound as good as the other one for some reason. I don't know if it's just like this one's worn out, or the other one just has a different pressing, or is a different... yeah, it's just... there's something different about these two. But anyway. I'm I'm going to close this video off here because there's nothing more to say on this. So if you like the video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave comments, they go down below. The little subscribe thing I'll put over there. And until next time, bye.